these community events leading up to one big e-ticket event that's going to be later this August. Ladies and gentlemen, the clock strikes 0 here in Bristol. I'm John Ramos, the voice of NR, and for the first time ever, we're having a super late model community event. That's right. All these great drivers have worked from all around Bristol for the Battle of Bristol here in Thunder Valley. Now, the format's a little interesting. We have well over, 45 drivers in the session looking to put down a qualifying time. So we have the time. Let's go over it. 32 drivers will lock themselves into the main event based off qualifying speeds. They have 20 laps to get a good time, which means these guys can go in, go out, go in, go out. They can go as many times as they want until that clock strikes 0. Then what happens for the drivers 33rd on back? They head to the open, where they will compete for 50 laps. The Fast Four in the open will then transfer into the main event, where 36 drivers will compete for 250 laps. Now you may be saying, why super late models? Why a super late model community event? Grassroots racing, it's not as popular as NASCAR Stock Car racing, and you know what, I'll have to agree, you are 100% right on that, but there's something about late models at Bristol that gets you really excited, that gets you amped up, and here we are getting ready to see just that. Going to be a lot of fun to see what happens and how it all rolls, but in the meantime, we're ready to go green. In 33 minutes, 30 seconds counting, top of the board, Braden Mubbock. No surprise there, he was quick already in practice. Kyle Turzak, he's one of those short track merchants, that's what they call him. He sits 6 quick on the pylon. Vincent Gucci, Matthew White, James Thurston, they're all dialed on in. Frank DeAngelis, Reagan Schulten, Max Swearigan, and others all looking to put down the time. So far, 39 make it 40 have put down a time slot out of 50 drivers that have elected to sign up for the session. So we're going to have a pretty good field of machines going into the open, where only the top 4 will advance. I think that's going to be what's really exciting about this. Can we have a super late model e-ticket event in the future? Is there a market for super late model racing on iRacing? For the ones that don't know, yes, I do broadcast super and pro late model races in person, whether it's up in Michigan with the Jag Series All-Stars Tour, down in Nashville for local racing, ASA Stars National Tour over the PA, selects ASA Southern Super Series events. So super and pro late model racing, I'm already acclimated to. I love it, by the way. And the great thing is, there's a lot of beautiful grassroots short tracks on iRacing that you can go ahead and get your hands on. So we thought to ourselves, this is a perfect opportunity to get things excited, get things up and into the air, and see who can do what with a super late model. We've done select races actually recently. We went to the fairgrounds a couple months back. Douglas Newbigging caused the big one. Matter of fact, he sits there in the 15th position in the Mountain Monsters number 7. That big wreck really worried everyone. They went, oh no, super late model racing, could it work? They made a long green flag run. It was very exciting. Drivers could work and make things roll. And we said, okay, let's continue to keep in the back of our head. Went to Phoenix with the super late models. That was exciting. It was a lot of fun. And we did Bristol once. It was really late at night. Not many people got to see it, but it did raise the question, could this work in the future? Here we sit, here we stand, realizing, oh, yes, it can. Less than a minute remaining on the pylon. 44 of the 48 drivers have put down a qualifying time. First one in, Kenny Reel. He sits 32nd. First one out, Davion Tobin, Peter Serrano, Charles Root, Matt Mingo. These drivers will have the opportunity to fight their way through into the open, but you don't want to go into the open. You want to already make the main event, sit back, relax, and get a feel for things. There's also a tire limit. This is a 4-tire set race. So you got 2 on the left sides, 2 on the right sides. For the cars, they get 4 sets of those. So don't look away. Some guys may use the left sides early, the right sides early. Douglas Newbigging goes second. Dylan Basin goes top of the board. The driver all the way from Lakeland, Florida. Braden Lovett goes third. Joey Beck goes fourth. Matthew White, Sean Conklin, Carlos Truther goes seventh. Max Steinmeier 14th. He went quicker, but it won't be enough to take down the Max Swearigan machine. Ladies and gentlemen, 32 drivers have just locked in to the main event. That means 4 spots are open and 16 drivers will be clashing for those spots. Welcome to the Open before the Battle of Bristol. Gonna be excited to see how it goes. Michael Snyder drops a 5 saying, it was great to hear you at the track during ARCA. So happy for you. Glad people are noticing your skills. Thank you so much, Michael Snyder. I'm so glad so many of you came up to me at Salem. I love Salem. Driving to Salem is so interesting. It's a unique drive compared to other tracks I go to, and I say that for Nashville as well, going through the city. However, Salem, it's the hills and just a beautiful area in southern Indiana that gets me really excited to head there. Hope to go there once again in the future. It was the 3rd ARCA event that I've called over the PA at that track. For the ones that don't know, I'll also be calling ARCA at Milwaukee with the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. That will be over the PA. Keep that in mind. At the end of this race, 250 laps. In the 250 laps, 4 tire sets to choose from, and it's going to be one exciting time. We'll get the one to go next time by, so count it now. 15 drivers. Matthew Post has elected to withdraw from the event. Eric W. dropping 1 membership. Wes Ennis dropping a 2. So much excitement here in the chat. That's what I'm excited for as well. As everyone knows, this is going to be one fun time. Let's get ready to go green. Next time by, we will see the one to go. These drivers will head on out. You look at Holt, you look at Ingram, you look at Mingo, you look at Lyles. I'd say Lyles definitely has one of the best shots of making it into this main event. But before then, there's only one thing left to do. That's say those magical words. God, speed, drivers. You are go for throttle up. Pace car ready to make the hard left on the pit road. Chevrolets litter the field with some Fords and Toyotas. Let's do it. Let's see who makes the Battle of Bristol as we light the fuse in the Open. Mingo involved in a first lap incident. Charles Root, the other driver that got a piece of it. Pamela Cox and others off turn 4, caution will wave. Now you wondered if they were going to be able to make it work. And just like that, we're already under the caution flag. Remember, the top 4 make it in. Everyone else goes home. These are drivers that usually don't race in super late models in NR Night in America or just on iRacing, already catching a glimpse of things that they don't want to see for the rest of the night. So the field will slow. We'll go check out a replay. We'll be ready to get right back to it. Let's go see what happened. Just a little before that, watch the start. That was the big worry when they start sliding down the inside like that. That was the initial wreck. That was from Charles Root, and then the 5 machine going around. Kenny Reel. Bringing out the rest of them. Watch Reel in the 5. inside. Keith Ingram just got right into him. Whitney Jones, a lot of damage. David Johnson may have gotten a piece of it. So Peter Serrano is your race leader. Lyles, Holt, Gubic, Bistow. That will be Bistow, should I say. Bistow in 5th. Ton, Johnson, and others kind of just lined in. Pit road is already open. Ingram, Kenny Reel. And this is what is a big shock to me, is that these guys know, hey, it's the top 4 that advance. Everyone else, they're going home. There's no point in trying to get in the back of guys making mistakes. Keith Ingram will begin the first penalty of the day. It looks like he'll be given an L1 and an L2 penalty. So he will drop to the back half of the field. David Johnson, he was struggling in free practice yesterday. He was struggling in free practice today. I'm not surprised that he is here in the LCQ. What I am surprised about is how quickly he kind of figured it out in the final practice before we went to stream mode that we're currently in right now. Check it out. Ford, he got a Chevy, another Ford in there, and a Toyota. Most of the Chevrolets, from what we're hearing, didn't make the main event. But already looking at drivers multiple laps down. 45 laps to go in the open. This will set up one heck of a shootout. Let's get the one to go here. Corey Lyles, Peter Serrano, Mason Gubic, Braden Holt, Adam Ton. Lined up to try it once again. Peter Serrano, someone you expect to make the show. That's a name you very much know in NR Night in America. Already drivers in jeopardy of making the event. And the field dwindled down. You wonder what could be next. The hard left on the pit road. They stack them up 2 by 2 as they're green once more in the open. Serrano, quick getaway. Corey Lyles. Look to the inside. Outside wall goes the 2. That's Gubic, and the caution will wave again. David Johnson may have gotten a piece of it. There's the 11, Casey Bistow. Damage on Adam Ton. Man. These are some of the guys that they didn't get to practice yesterday. They didn't get to practice earlier in the event when qualifying and practice were going on. He'll slow the field down once more. Gubic just came up. It was like he didn't even see the guys on the outside and completely ended his race. Mason Gubic. Watch again. The one's got to run right here. He just V-line into the outside wall. Everyone else made basic maneuvers to get around, and already Gubic will be one of the retirees from the race. So 40 laps to go. It was a tough start to this community event for the Open, and last time we had a community event on a grassroots short track. I wouldn't say Bristol's obviously a grassroots short track. This is a prestigious track, but in a short track at that, we kind of got going well in the heats. The LCQ was a little off. The main event, it got really wild. Here already in the LCQ, or should we say the Open, however you want to say it. It is a struggle to get things going correctly. So we'll get the one to go once more. Corey Lyles, Peter Serrano. And some are saying, oh, you should have just gone ahead and had those guys missed it off of qualifying speed. Send those guys home. And then I just thought to myself, you know, on the short track side, fans love seeing an LCQ. They love seeing that last chance race. In the Snowball Derby, just making the Derby is such a big deal. We knew it was going to be a big deal for some of these guys just to try to make this community event. And already showing that if you don't have the vision to get in, it's going to be very tough to make it. You're looking at 6 guys left on the lead lap, others coming out of pit road. Russ have a restart. Kenny Reel 9 laps down. He's going to need a heck of a swing to go his way. Corey Lyles, Peter Serrano, Braden Holt, Casey Bisto. 37 to go from Bristol. Lyles, easy getaway. One outside wall, that's Ton. Loses multiple spots. Holt projected in the show. Bisto projected in the show. Toe-to-toe with Serrano. Serrano on the outside gets the lunge off for third. See the 11 just trying to hang right with them. Watching on from David Johnson. Johnson trying to creep. Down to the inside, 34 laps to go. Lyles pulling away. I would say Lyles, Serrano, those are the guys that, once again, you expect to make the show. There's no excuse for them not to make it, including with the strength of this field in the open. But once you get into the main event, you realize, oh, I don't know if there'll be a big driver to make the main event. And I say that after Gavin Austin went ahead and won the Open for the LA Clash and then won the main event for the community event. And it was something that kind of had everyone's head twirling. 32 laps to go for the ones that are wondering, yes, if we do hit 200 likes in this stream, we will have a race too. So keep that in mind. 31 laps to go. There's Serrano. Around the track, there's David Johnson. Losing time and heavily down the backstretch. Bristow losing ground. Here comes Serrano to the bottom. Bristow to the outside. Walks in the spot. Braden Holt there in second. A little bit higher. He's just running a completely different line, and it's really helping him with that charge off, which we love to see these drivers trying to figure out what line will work best for them, inside, outside, middle. Tries the lunge again to the bottom. Hold up the track. Bristow inside, toe-to-toe. One to clear from the 20. The big thing here is it's like, hey, don't wreck. There's no point in wrecking yourself out with 26 laps to go. You know you're the big four to make it in. Maybe David Johnson's got a shot. But if you wreck here, you're just asking for those guys that are on the back half of the field to get another restart. Keep that in mind, including when they go side by side. Top 4 make it into the show. Lyles, Bristow, Serrano, Holt, they're projected in. David Johnson's over a second back there in the 5th position. You go back to Charles Root, you go back to Matthew Post. They're all in single file formation behind the David Johnson 12. Root to the inside. Keeps thinking about it. Bristow closing the gap on Lyles. And this long green flag run is actually a great thing to watch if you're already in the main event. Because how much did Corey Lyles push on these tires to get ahead? Let's look at Bristol. Now he's 7/10 back. He's around that 7/8 area. Lyles is running a completely different line. He's almost a full car length off the inside lane. Serrano down to the bottom. Looking and wondering. Braden Holt And big advantage. There's Johnson, there's Root. There's Matthew Post, 2 laps down. Yeah, he got into the outside wall. You can see him limping. 19 to go in the open. Not the start that many wanted to see. Multiple incidents. Reaching into this event. But the best 4 will advance. Here's Johnson on the bottom. He's got company on the outside. It's Whitney Jones. Charles Root there in 6. Root to the outside. Johnson on the bottom. All over each other. Back to 3. Johnson's able to clear. Root to the bottom. Already traded paint once. And this is not for a transfer position. Bristow is there on Lyles, 3/10 back with 16 to go. And you may be saying, well, what's the point even going up there and winning? Every little position is going to matter. If you win this race, you start 33rd, and that's on the inside lane. Finish 2nd, you start 34th. Finish 3rd, it's 35th, and finish 4th, it's 36th. You want to have that inside lane advantage, but even dropping back as far as you are for the start, you may be wondering, maybe you're starting dead last, could be a better opportunity. But the other day, when you come to race an NR night in America, you have one goal, and that's winning. Lyles inside. Company from a Toyota. Bristow is there, Serrano is there, top 3 nose to tail. See him keep peeking to the bottom. Lyles wants to shut that door off. 12 to go. Tries it again. Serrano watching. Pulls to the back end. Looking, wondering, waiting. Corey Lyles has them all over the back end. Look to the bottom. Bristow into Lyles. Lyles doesn't move. Ford, Toyota Ford. 8 laps to go from Bristol. And this is a shape-up of what we're going to see later in the race. In the main event. As they get the popcorn ready. 7 to go. Serrano outside. Bristow once again into Lyles. Casey Bristow, he can't find a way around. He thought about going back to that outside. Lyles just able to keep it slammed on the bottom. Five to go. Bristow to the inside. Lyles up the track. Contact once, twice. Once into 3. Corey Lyles holds on to the lead. Serrano in 3rd. 4 to go. And don't look now, but Holt is dropping back. He's 4 seconds back. Closing it on route. Lyles attack from Bristow again. And chase him up the track. Crossover move. Bristow into Lyles. Lyles in the wall. Bristow goes around. Caution will wave with 2 to go. Unbelievable. And they were all in the show. All 3 of those drivers were in the show. And now you wonder if Casey Bristow can make it in. you say that short track racing, but that's something you're going to look back at and start pointing fingers on. Watch again here. Bristow into Lyles. Lyles did give him room. They're both drifting way up the track. Peter Serrano will be the race leader. And you can see Lyles look inside the car again. He's trying to keep the car pointed forward. He's not trying to have Bristow go around. He doesn't want him to wreck. He understands that this race is all theirs. They all technically have the winning strategy by being in the top four. Only one takes the checkered flag, but in this case, the four that were at the time of 2 to go may not be the four. Come the checkered flag, we're heading to overtime. Right there, Bristow gave him a bump. And they said, this super late model, you're going to have to learn how to run the line. You're going to have to run wide into one. You're going to have to shoot off into two. You see, that's exactly what the 11 did here. Maybe Lyles doesn't give him a lot of room. But Bristow can go ahead and lift here. It's a game of cat and mouse. You know, yes, this guy could have done one thing, but this guy could have also done another. I think that's just more taking and no giving. And for Corey Lyles, it's damage on the left front. For David Johnson, he is now projected to make it in. For Charles Roux, he'll come in, he'll take tires. Bristow will get the rear end repaired. We'll be back in 6. Now we will have relaxed yellows for this overtime finish. So do keep that in mind as we have 3 to go now. Will be 2 to go at the time of restart. All line back up again. The lights will be off next time up. Henry Real, 16 laps down. He got to rejoin the racing surface at some point during the long green flag run. 6 drivers will be left on the lead lap by the time we go back green. Casey Bristow currently sitting in the 4th position. That's interesting. He came to pit road. Did David Johnson also come to pit road? Time to see who advances. Wow. Ford on Ford, row 1. Toyota on Chevrolet, that's row 2. Let's try it just one more time. Serrano and Lyles will lead them to overtime in the open. Lyles lunge to the bottom. Serrano opens the door. Salamanca, 1 to go in the open. Bristow on the inside. Races Serrano up the track. To the checkered flag, Casey Bristow wins the open to advance to the Battle of Bristol. Holt is in, Lyles is in, Serrano is in. Went from wrecking to getting a new rear end clip to then making it by being the first driver in. Toyota, first one to have a checkered flag tonight. And Casey Bristow will advance to the main event. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have been waiting for. Dylan Basin, Kyle Turzak, all lining in, all waiting. We're going to bring it actually back to our studios for a moment here in Nashville, Tennessee, just to make sure everything is right and ready to go. And we will be ready to go green flag racing. So the open set the tone. The main event is now. This is NR Night in America. This is the community event, Battle of Bristol. 2 community events back to back. We had the 2.4 hours of Spa just earlier. make that Friday. And today, here we are on this Tuesday. And I may be saying, why are we doing this on a Tuesday and not a Friday? And well, pretty simple. This weekend, I'm at Owasso for the Masters of the Pros. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great race. And we already know those Jegs boys are going to put on one heck of a show. Let's get ready to go green. Lined up, checking, waiting. As we get the opportunity to let them loose. Who do you think is going to win this race? Dylan Basin, Douglas Newbigging, that's the front row. Braden Mummick in third, Joey Beck back to fourth. You see the split on the left side of your screen. That will show every single driver that has made this race. It's one of those American nights in NR Night in America. Let's say those magical words: God, speed, drivers. You are go for throttle up. Next time by, the one to go. Top 20 shown on the left side of your screen. Now the 36 drivers that will race down into turn one. Dylan Basin. You know him. He's won multiple times in NR Night in America. Is tonight the night he gets it done? Pace car will make the hard left on the pit road next time by as we get ready to rock and roll just one more time. It's the one to go from Thunder Valley. If you're just tuning on in, we say welcome as we get ready to go green in the Battle of Bristol. A super late model community event. So many drivers entered, you had 48 that registered, only 36 are able to take the green flag. So who of these 36 competitors will win? In 250 laps time, we'll have that answer. Pace car gets ready to make that hard left on the pit road. Dylan Basin, Douglas Newbigging, lead us down as we light the fuse from East Tennessee. Truther inside. Newbigging stuck on the outside. Basin leads lap one. 3 wide looking. See Doug still stuck on that outside. Joey back, shot to the back end. Should we say he had help? That was Sean Conklin in the 88. Peaks down to the bottom. Mumbick down half a second. Newbigging under fire. James Thurston in the 62. And Doug just did not get the start he wanted. He wanted to have a good run. Wasn't able to get up there, but hey, he's still up inside the top 10. There's a lot of laps to work with. Everyone's got to keep in mind that these drivers are going to play it a little bit safe compared to times past because of the tire sets. The tire sets limit these drivers from just going out there and tearing their stuff up, then praying for a caution. You have to be strategic. For Dylan Basin being out by this wide of a margin, kind of has everyone's head scratching. You usually want to maintain pace in a super late model. For Basin, one goal: get up there and don't look back. Braden Mumbick has only made 2 starts in NR Night in America since the Indiana 500. One for an NR Night in America race that he did go out there and win, and another here tonight. Conklin to the inside of Carlos Truther. Now to the inside of Joey Beck. Back up the track and into the outside wall. Collects Carlos Truther on the front straight. Frank DeAngelis is involved as they tear him up in one. One upside down, Aiden Walker. And the caution waves right away. Look at the damage on the 54. Didn't take long for things to go the way they are looking right now. I don't think he's going to be too happy there with Joey back. Carlos Truther will be out of this race. Frank DeAngelis, driver of the 69. You see the damage on him. And it's going to take a little while to clean this one up. Braden Lovick's on pit road. What happened? How did it happen? You kind of saw it happen live. But Joey back. Right up into the outside wall. Bounced off of it, and Carlos Truther, he was right there. Man, what a hit by the 54. And everyone else just piles on in. You see Yahir Rodriguez in the 99. Oh, man, what a shot from the rear. That's Fireball Colberth in the Bubba Pollard 26. 6 machines maybe taken out in the melee. And for Carlos Truther, what a great run he was having early on. Already out of this one. That came off the outside wall and just went right into him. Look at the move for everyone to avoid. Joey Beck will be given an L1 and L2 penalty. If you don't think it's tough to see at Bristol, try again. Watch this from Yahir Rodriguez's view. He's got William Schmidt right in front of him. And they're really just worried about racing each other until they see that. Oh, he just didn't check up. Yeah, Yahir had all the time in the world to live for Carlos Truther and just didn't. He'll be another driver that has to put it on pit road. So lights still on. You saw Braden Lovick come to pit road to use his first set of tires. 3 drivers already out of the race. Carlos Truther, Colberth, and now Joey Beck. I'm wondering if Beck maybe had something happen off camera. Multiple drivers still on pit road. 13 laps in this 250 lap race. Well, you saw it happen. Lights off. Which means we'll have a restart. Actually, the admins have overruled that statement. Joey Beck will be given an L5 penalty for his incident down off turn 4. Dylan Basin, Sean Conklin, New Bigging and Thurston back underway from Bristol. Steinmeier outside, Vincent Gucci inside, stack up again, back half of the field. And they're not going to be able to get it backfired off, caution will wave. Doesn't take long for things to not go the way some of these guys would like for it to go. Already another incident on the track. Let's see how it happened. River Page. See the 65 of Davian Tobin. And these cars are very gripped up. They're very sticky to this racing surface. Lovick made the move to the inside. River Page, yeah, he definitely went up. Stacked them all together. Sean Pena involved. Bianco involved. Page will be given an L1 and L4 penalty for his mistake on the restart. So Basin has gone out and led all of the laps, and attrition setting in mostly for the back half of the field. Chad Jeffries now the next retiree from the race. There's Aiden Walker. Is that bear bond on the right front that I see? Is that a part of the car, or did iRacing actually start adding in bear bond? Because he did have damage. I do want to point out, he definitely had damage. I wonder if that was just part of the decal sticker. Did you see it? Aiden Walker fixing up his number 93. He'll be back on the lead lap. 18 in, 250. That's the scheduled distance. Basin, Conklin, Thurston, Newbiggin, Gucci, and others lined in. Once again, race fans, if we hit 200 likes, we will see a race 2. If we do not hit 200 likes, this will be the only race of the night. Keep that in mind. Some also drivers in position to work their way around the track. Dylan Basin, Sean Conklin. I think they're ready to go ahead and get this one fired back off. Y'all hear Rodriguez coming out of pit road. River Page has been notified L1 and L4 for his incident. Vincent Gucci, Kyle Turzak, Max Steinmeier, William Schmidt, Lane Sanders, Byram Kenyon, Benton, Movick, Brown, Moss, Stellar now cracking up inside the top 10 as we get the one to go. Chevy, Toyota, that's row number 1. Chevy on Chevy, that's row number 2. Chevy, Chevy, row number 3. Toyota, Chevy, back to row number 4. Max Steinmeier, very much still in the thick of this. 231 laps to go. This is all Dylan Basin up front, holding on and maintaining the race lead. You're watching the Battle of Bristol live on the IDK Player YouTube channel. I'm John Ramos, the voice of NR, getting ready to have them restart it just one more time. Basin on the bottom, Conklin on the outside. Thurston Newbiggin back in row number 2. Back underway for Bristol. Newbiggin misses the shift. Turzak to the inside. You can expect this 15 to quickly work his way through drivers. Plunge to the bottom. Basin's got company. Sean Conklin in the 88. Conklin to the outside. Basin on the bottom. Conklin, new race leader in Bristol. Thurston in 3rd, Newbiggin in 4th. Vincent Gucci. Outside, and Newbiggin will take the 4th place position. Kyle Turzak wants that spot as well. Turzak, top side of the 7. Doug just has no power in. He's got no power off. Everyone's just going around the wayside. Here's William Schmidt in the 79. Luke, who's actually made up time. There's Braden Movick there in 12th. Basin lost the lead. Now has James Thurston, the winner, over there at Irwindale, and then at our Night in America with the super late models sitting in 3rd. One of the Kevin Harvick scheme that he ran at Pensacola back in June for the ASA Southern Super Series. The only difference between this car and the actual car was the fact the actual car was a Gen 1 super late model versus this being a Gen 2 model. And it didn't have the ASA Stars banner on it. It had the ASA Southern Super Series look. William Schmidt, Max Steinmeier there in 7th. This is the point of the race where you expect these guys to really just settle in, not do too much, save the tires, save the rubber. You're going to have a long green flag run coming at some point. But Braden Movick, on the other hand, would like to find his way around Bryce Benton. Benton in the 9. Mavic peek into the inside, trying to force Benton into a mistake. Mason is there to Conklin. Toyota versus Chevrolet, that's for the top spot here in Bristol. Thurston in third. Terzak topside at Gucci. Good at make it stick.
Sean Conklin's just going to have to be smart if he wants to win this race. Basin gave him that spot for a reason. He realized the Conklin machine was quicker, and he had a different strategy, a different formula being made. And all it has done is allow Basin to set the hook and reel back in the 88. Terzak the fourth, Schmidt the fifth, Vincent Gucci, Max Steinmeier. Lane Sanders on the inside of the one, Douglas Newbigging in the seven. He's still trying to piece together an opportunity to make something work. Bryce Benton, Riker Byron, that was in the outside wall. Haven't talked about Moss Stellar all race. Now into the 13th position. And the fan favorite, doing anything and everything in his power to hold on to spots. So we had 36 drivers start the race, but 3 did not make it to the start line. So it's showing 33 on the left side tower. Mason dropping back 3/4, and this is the point of the race where you start saying, all right, long green flag runs. Now, unlike most super late model races that you see in person, we can't have green flag pit stops. It is not something that will be shied away from. If the opportunity presents itself, we will not throw a break, we will not throw a caution, we'll let those guys go out there and continue to run through. But with 4 sets of tires, you wonder, can they make it to 250? Most have said yes, including if we get a couple cautions. You see Brandon Mavic pretty confident on that, with him coming to pit road and putting already one of the sets on. All the drivers in the middle of the field kind of in that same area. All right, put a set on here. Save, save, save. Get the long green flag run on. What a save by Bryce Ben. Got the bumper from Braden Mavic. He'll lose multiple spots at that. Will keep it pointed forward. Now toe-to-toe with River Page. And Page should have been given a penalty. If he does not answer that call at some point, he will be penalized. Page to the outside of Benton. Forward on Chevy. Kyle Terzak in 5th, has company from Gucci, but William Schmidt sitting right up in front of him. And the best thing about this track is already really worn in. You can see the different grooves coming in. A lot of drivers aren't just using that bottom, they're jumping to the outside. They're trying to get that runoff exit. 43 laps into this race. Mason in 2nd, Thurston in 3rd, Terzak. To the inside, Vincent Gucci the run. Sweeps back to the outside end. Mason 2/10 back. Closing in on Sean Conklin, but mostly everyone staying within arm's reach of each other. We'll see coming into view, that's Douglas Newbigging. At one point was losing more spots than he knew what to do with. Sanders up the track, Braden Mavic to the bottom. Mavic back end peak. Josh Kenyon on the scene as well. Sanders there in 9th. Powers up off the 42. I wondered why Mavic gave up all that track position. What was the main objective with that? I think his worry was being a front runner, having an incident in the back, not have a caution being thrown for it, and he would be the first one on the scene. Battle for the race lead. Conklin 88, Basin 74. Basin running momentum. Toyota versus Chevy.
And people question if we're going to have passing in this race. Already we've seen it nonstop, whether it's for the lead or in the middle of the pack. Conklin powers off. Basin tries to get on the bottom. He's going to be all over that Camry. Looking inside once more. No move just yet. Now a run back to the bottom. Basin inside. Conklin outside, holds on to the lead. This allows James Thurston to close on in. Toyota, Chevy. That's the top three. William Schmidt. As Kyle Terzak and Vincent Gucci far enough back that they can clash for position. Mason's going to continue to work into the bottom. The idea is to hopefully have Conklin tear those tires up enough where he has to reconsider fighting the 74. Now they're all trying a different line. You saw James Thurston way wide into turn one. Half a second, the difference between the top three. Well out of the throttle, Sean Conklin. Mason breathing down the back. James Thurston trying to make ends meet on speed. That 74 is so good. He's going to stick right with them. Conklin outside. Basin didn't chase him up the track. He held the middle lane. Chases him up to 1 and 2. Battle for 5th. Terzak and Schmidt make it the battle for 4th. Put Vincent Gucci in the mix. What racing we have here from Bristol. There's battles all over the track. You're looking at different intervals on the left side of your screen. Look at Ben and Kenyon, they're going at it. Mavic Moss, Stellar are going at it. Into the 28th, 29th position. Serrano, Bristow. How about that? They're going toe-to-toe. This is for the 19th position. People may question, why is Bristol well loved? And honestly, there's no even point in questioning it, but just in case you are, if you ever go to this track, there's an opportunity to see a battle, whether it's for 1st, whether it's for 5th, and 19th, just with an eye's view from wherever you're sitting. You can be row 1 or you can be row 100. Conklin's got to realize at some point Bason's going to call checkmate and really try to make a move on it. We've already seen the tap to the back end before. Oh, thought about it there. The Florida-born driver, Dylan Basin, toe-to-toe with the driver from New York. Conklin topside. Basin inside. Basin looking to lay on the Toyota. Conklin the drive off 4. He's to his door. Thurston in 3rd. Basin throws him wide again. And he's not just shoving him or shunting him. He's doing a little bit of that tap, trying to get the rear end loose on the Conklin machine where he can then get the advantage. And little by little, Basin has made that middle lane really work. Not off exit, but mainly on entry. Rolling that center well. Chevy, Toyota, this is the fight. If you're just tuning on in, we say hello and welcome as it's a new race leader from Bristol. Basin to the lead. Conklin wants it back. Conklin downstairs, brings it back toe-to-toe, gets into Basin. Basin sideways, across the stripe, the caution will wave. Oh, he saved it. And will be gifted a yellow. Look at the damage on the 74, and the caution was thrown prematurely. Worried that he was not going to be able to save the car, and with Terzak and Schmidt coming, it looked to not be a good ending. Wow. Oh, man. And May have been just a little bit of that net code, but he's going to hit him hard enough to send him sideways to begin with. Pit road, it's wide open. And everybody's coming in. Let's go watch the replay. And the admins have overruled the River Page incident, saying it was not his fault. But he was given just an L1. Watch here. Conklin on the outside. Basin on the bottom. They just kept doing this drifting up the track game. That was huge right here. Basin took the lead, tried to stomp on the brakes, but Conklin just had enough of a move to the inside to really make something work. And this was the worry right here. You got Basin coming down the track. You have Conklin coming up the track. And Basin knows if he comes down the track right here and doesn't make contact, he's got the lead by a country mile. The only problem is that was not the case. And the caution was thrown because when you saw him go back into the outside wall, usually the car sticks. There's nowhere to go from there. But what this did was actually give Basin a huge break because all that damage was going to hurt his speed. The problem with Sean Conklin is now Kyle Terzak will be there in the Chevrolet. We know Terzak doesn't pull any punches. Most drivers have now just used that first, yes, count it, that first set of tires. Not 2 tires, not 4, or only has 4, not 2 tires, not 0, just the full 4. Some have already used 2 sets, 72 laps into the race. Wonder how this is going to play out. I wouldn't be surprised if Braden Lubbock had to do right sides there. This is shaping up to be one of those restarts. We are here in Brady Lubbock, yes, one of the only drivers to have 2 stops in this race. Lights off, the 1 to go. Rory Lyles around to the outside to get his lap back. Let's get ready to try it once more. It's already been wild in Bristol. The question now is, what's next? Terzak 15. Sean Conklin 88. Back green from Thunder Valley. Cold tires affecting machines. You saw Douglas Zubigging slide in the rear. Conklin to the lead, Terzak in second. 1 spinning outside wall. That may have been Reagan Schulten. Down to the inside, a lot of damage on that 9, but off the racing surface. Terzak, he's closing just ever so slightly. The problem with the 15 is he's got William Schmidt just all over the rear end. Schmidt's got company of Thurston. Thurston to the outside of the 79. Fight for second. 62, 15, 79. James Thurston just punches this ticket to the catbird position. Here comes Lubbock in the 42. Lubbock will have company. That of the number 28.
Max Steinmeier, it's been a while since he's seen victory lane. 48 entered. 36 made it through, all from the open or from single car qualifying. Now 81 laps into this race. The ones you'd expect to be up front have arrived. Steinmeier, Mosteller, Turzak with Schmidt, all trying to hunt down Sean Conklin. Thurston's got company in that 42. Those two have gone at it before. But how do you navigate through? Muvik has said he knows how to play Thurston. He has been able to play his game for quite some time. He knows Thurston loves to go out there and tear those tires up, destroy the rubber that's underneath his Chevy. And once the time is right, he'll wait and strike. With the lap traffic ahead of these boys, you start wondering if they're going to make something work. They may have to use other drivers as a pick, as Conklin will be the first one on the scene to all the minefields. Here's Corey Lyles. Yahir Rodriguez in the 99. Conklin well inside of the Lyles machine. Mosteller closing in on Max Steinmeier. That's Toyota and Chevy. And these guys have to be thinking about still saving the tires. The idea of running super late models here, it's great, it's awesome. This is a really cool event, but you want to be there for the checkered flag. You still got countless laps to go. Yes, 87 laps in a matter of time, you'll have 150 laps to go, but you're not guaranteed a long run to the end. The fact that we've had this long of a green flag run is outstanding. It's poetic, it's great. But what's next? What's on the horizon for these drivers that may be thinking about a possible green flag pit stop? We've already had our fair share of wrecks. That's not the question. That's not a worry. The real worry is, can James Thurston close in on Conklin, pass Conklin, and still hold off Braden Muvik? The reason why I say that is because Thurston is turning quicker lap times than that 88. We've already seen when Conklin goes toe-to-toe, he's not willing to go ahead and give it up. Bristol Motor Speedway. Part of my roots as well. I called a race at Bristol back in April. It was with the street stocks. We had a B main and A main. It was awesome. It was fantastic. And a lot of camera angles that were used in that event you're currently seeing right now. It was all live on Racing America. I'll never forget, I told Race Control, you need to bring a pro or super late model race here once again. And it is awesome to see these drivers rip around this track. Muvik looking for a move. Still nothing to make up. Thurston's closing on Conklin. Muvik's closing in on Thurston. Steinmeier's having to deal with Mosteller. Kyle Turzak, who restarted on the front row back in 7th. And this is kind of a question of how. And we know Kyle Turzak is really good at racing at those grassroots short tracks. Originally, this event was going to be at Pensacola. And obviously, you can expect him to be very well. But right now, watching, it's the veterans that have taken over in NR in America. An underdog of Max Steinmeier there in 4th. The short track merchant there of, should we say, Kyle Turzak back in the 7th position. And you start wondering, this is a really mixed bag of drivers. And we asked the question really early in this stream, who do you expect to go to victory lane? Who do you expect to win? 36% said short track merchant. The closest one is sitting in 7th, and that's not a dig at Kyle Turzak. He's definitely the best on the grassroots scene in NR Night in America. It is just a term that the viewers and the drivers have given guys that are good at one specific thing and okay and decent at everything else that NR Night throws at them. We have the super speedway merchants, the intermediate merchants, the next-gen merchants. And it allows the viewers to engage and realize, okay, we're going to a next-gen race. Where is that, an intermediate? Oh, you can expect Michael Mitchum to do very well. And others alike. Ladies and gentlemen, 150 laps to go in this race. You are watching the Battle of Bristol. Thurston has closed the gap. Lap machine, Frank DeAngelis. Mosteller has moved into fourth. 2 seconds back. William Schmidt back to seventh. I think his idea is to save. If you can save as much as you can here, you'll be in a big position. Well, there's a lot of things you can take away from this. A lot of passing. Very easy to make a mistake. You saw Max Steinmeier there struggling with the tire, the car control. You see Mosteller way up to that outside lane. Forced to run up there because the tires are going away on the bottom. What's next? Is there an opportunity that springs up, comes to life for a lot of these drivers? Mulvick versus Thurston. That will be second and third. He's there. Can't get the go around. Sean Conklin having one heck of a race. He has had company from the back before. Looking to make up time when he can. Aiden Walker out of the race, one of the retirees. Yahir Rodriguez. Some more that have bought, or should we say some more that have bit the dust. Mulvick up the track. Lap traffic possibly playing a role. Braden Mulvick into the second position. Thurston just could not hold on. There's no way he was going to be able to do it. Frank DeAngelis, Riker Byron, multiple drivers, either one or more laps down. Josh Lilly as well. Dylan Basin involved in that earlier incident, already up to the 9th position. Attrition is quickly taking a toll. Some of those guys, should we say most of those guys, are all still on the track. Look at Frank DeAngelis, he's 1 lap down. Riker Byron, he's 1 lap down. Josh Lilly there in the 97, he's 12 laps down, still racing. Bryce Benton. These are the drivers that were involved in just earlier incidents. Could it make something stick? Conklin has company in the form of the 42. Mulvick has just set the fastest lap in this stint. Oh, he got on the wall. Just ever so slightly. You can see how much time he's given away on entry. And look at the marbles and rubber that's been laid down on this racetrack. Littering now most of the high groove. Some guys can't now run the wall the way they want to. Lane Sanders in the one machine. Next driver at risk of going a lap down. Conklin to the outside. Mulvick, Thurston, Mosteller. Mose has company of Kyle Terzak. And Terzak's got to just be thinking, can we get back going in the right direction? And we know Terzak's a driver that can go out there and win this race. He has the speed, he has the power, he has the skill. But right now, mired in traffic, and that's been one of the big issues for him. Traffic and restarts. Lane Sanders pulls to the inside. Battle for the lead, ready to shape up. I want to say thank you to everyone that's dropped this super chat in tonight's stream. Jefferson Manchild, Wes Edits, Eric W. Manchild, Snyder. Edits with a gifted membership and becoming a member as well. You guys are what keeps this community rolling and trying new things. A lot of super chats we took. Went to testing for this race to see if it could actually work. Clearly the tests were positive because we are racing and in the right direction. Lap 119 at 250. Conklin up the racetrack. Little bit of a wiggle. Thurston to the inside. Three-tenths the difference. 2.5 tenths the difference. He's there. He's looking for the opportunity. But can he strike? And if he can, will it be now? Conklin goes wide. Mavic stuck nose to tail. It's a valiant effort. Looking again. Conklin having to deal with Serrano. Serrano, one of the drivers that made it through the open and having a great race. Already up inside that top 15. At jeopardy of going a lap down. Top 3 are nose to tail. Here's James Thurston on the scene. He's got Braden Mavic dead ahead of him. He's got Sean Conklin dead ahead of him. All single file to the high banks of Bristol. And this is what we're talking about right here. You see Thurston now trying a different lane, lunge into the bottom. Mavic maintaining the middle lane. Watching Conklin, keeping him in eye view. Josh Kenyon back on the racetrack. .42 is there. Thurston is there. Running with them down to the inside. Mavic up the track, sizes up Sean Conklin. Fight for the race lead in the Battle of Bristol. 88 Sean Conklin, 42 Braden Mavic, 62 James Thurston. Mavic charges up a run. Looks inside. And you got to watch about James Thurston. What is he going to do? 120 to go. Josh Louie sliding his rear end right in front of the leaders. Ball trouble, Kyle Turzak. Huge hit to his machine. He's down on the apron. Yeah, he got turned for sure. Quick check of the replay. Got into the outside wall with Max Steinmeier. Oh, and that's going to be a caution. Got Douglas Newbigging involved in it as well. And we will see a restart. Well, it most definitely puts the best 3 drivers up front for Kyle Turzak. It may be doom and gloom for him. Pit road's open. He's got the left sides up. .116 laps to go for Bristol. Let's watch back on it again. There's the move right here, just straight line into the wall. You see the Netco got caught between him and Max Steinmeier. Dylan Basin, another big hit. The right side of his car, Basin into the wall for the 2nd time in this race. Bam! Look at Douglas Newbigging with nowhere to go. And rips up the right front of his number 7. Watch again. I just tore the camera off. Money stop time. Braden Movick comes out number 1. Serrano, Conklin. Actually put Conklin in second. James Thurston got caught up in the pits. He'll go back to 6th. And with 115 laps to go, we're going to have a restart around maybe 110 laps to go. As they're going to give time to these drivers to go ahead and fix those cars. There's Terzak still on pit road. Corey Lyles, who missed the stall. Josh Lilly taking time out of his day to go get those laps back. And he knows he's not out of this race. In Enter Night in America, you can get as many laps back as you want. As long as it's within a 1 to go, then there's that gray area of when you can and cannot get your lap back. It's unfortunate. Lane Sanders, Peter Serrano. Multiple guys still on pit road. So if you're Braden Movick, what's the game plan? You got the lead from Sean Conklin on pit road. Now you got to figure out a way to hold it. Lights off, this time by the 1 to go. Drivers multiple laps down, but still having the opportunity to win. Let's get ready to try it once more. Movick 42, Sean Conklin 88. 112 to go for Bristol. Conklin got in line right away. Movick scooted away. William Schmidt, James Thurston. He's there. He's all over him. $109 to go. Conklin to the outside of Movick. Keeps peeking for a way around. Will he use the bumper on the 42? Thurston behind Gucci. Gucci in the 81. Conklin inside. Movick's gonna give him room. This looks to be the fight for the win. I know Mostella's got a piece. I know Thurston's got a piece as well. James Thurston struggling with Schmidt and Vincent Gucci. That 81 just won't allow the 62 to clear. The attrition of Grassroots Racing on full display in NR. 48 entered. 36 took the green flag. And here we are with 14 left on the lead lap and 20 left racing. And you knew what's going to happen with Bristol. But it's shown before, you can have 16 drivers in a pro late model race. It's fantastic. You have 20 drivers in a pro late model race. Super late model race as well. A lot of super and pro late model races. They usually have about 20, 25, sometimes even 18 drivers take the green flag. Here with the outstanding car count, it gave us the opportunity to have things go wrong for others and go right for some. Thurston into 4th. Can he track down the top 3 with 102 laps to go? Movick's just gonna park it right on the nose. Conklin on the outside. Energized to run. He's staying about a lane higher than that 42. That is the goal. Tries it again. Conklin inside, Mavic outside. Oh, he slid the rear. Laps fading away. Thurston into fourth, has closed the gap. Problem is he's going to have to fight Demos unless Demos catches up with Conklin and Mavic. I wouldn't be surprised if Sean is forcing Mavic to run a little bit harder than that 42 wants. And I say that and we'll have a conversation at the end and Mavic will just say, oh no, I don't know what you're talking about. It was great. I had no problem. No pressure from behind at all. 10th and a half the difference. Laps fading away. Less than 100 to go at Bristol. Conklin P2 up the track. Looking, trying it again. Continues just to glows in the back end. Oh, made a mistake. One sideways, DeAngelis out of the racing groove. Conklin to the quarter panel. Mavic shuts the door. He knows if he can just get to the outside of the 42, he'll have an advantage. He's not trying to play limbo on the bottom. Bryce Benton lap machine. Max Steinmeier lap machine. 92 left. Conklin top side of the 42. Gets the runoff, toe-to-toe for the lead. They're going to fight it out. Mavic knows he wants to shut the door on him, but doesn't want to get turned in the process. Switch back. Conklin to the bottom. Mavic the runoff exit. The problem with Sean, he keeps showing his cards. He's showing that he wants to go to the outside. He's showing that he wants to use it. But Conklin is there and tired of waiting. Mosen Benton, battle for third. James Thurston has been a real man. I was going to say he was going to arrive on the scene until I saw that he was a second and change back. Closes in on Mosteller, lined up with Schmidt. Steinmeier lap down. Still 21 drivers. Yes, no, make that 20 drivers left to race it in this event. 87 to go. He's got something for him. Thurston, Benton. Contact more than once. Thurston to the wall. That was on his own. Looking for the damage. On the right side of the 62. It's all caved in. James Thurston, the most recent winner with a super late model in NR Night in America. Back to the battle for the lead. Conklin to the wall. And what did that do to the crush? Super late models, they got the new damaged model back in December of 2023. And it used to be completely avoided by us in the community of NR Night in America because it's such of a different drive than what the Gen 6 and the Next Gen were like. The drivers weren't really a big fan of it. And finally, when they had that update, oh, it changed everything. Mavic 2/10 ahead. 80 to go. Trouble. One sideways on the front stretch. Caution will wave. Maximilian Bianco goes for a slide and we'll have a restart. He was dead sideways in front of the field. Let's watch back. These are lap machines. Bristow got right into him. And here he comes up the track with the leaders coming on by. Man. Scary. Casey Bristow. A lot of drivers mostly towards the back half of the field. Setting up a restart with 77 laps to go. Pit road is wide open. River Page went around more than he needed to. See somebody. Max Steinmeier, I think, missed his pit entry. That's why he backed it up. Sean Conklin has taken the race lead from Braden Movic with that line of a caution. And it will set up a big-time restart. River Page is sitting as the race leader, but they're going to hold him for going over the amount of laps that he should have gone. .76 to go. Laps counting down. River Page will rejoin the racetrack. Jacob Brown will be, oh, they have him. That's up front. I don't think that's the case. They're going to go ahead and give him an EOL penalty. And he'll be dropping in the back most likely. Osteller 4th, Gucci 5th, Schmidt 6th, Sanders, Serrano, Bristow, James Thurston, Frank DeAngelis. River Page still on pit road. There's his damage. As we look to be down to the final drivers on the racetrack. 75 to go. We'll restart what looks to be with 74. This is the moment we've been waiting for, the final leg of the race. One to go. Keep his spot. So it's going to be Jacob Brown, Sean Conklin, lined up, ready for the restart. Pace car on the hard left. Chevy Toyota. 73 to go. to the outside. Movic around in front of the field. Unbelievable. Watch again. Jacob Brown slow on the bottom. Conklin on the outside. And it results in what you just saw. Yeah. Very, very predictable. Pit road is wide open. Movic is in. Conklin, Jacob Brown, Vince Iguchi. Brown back to third. Conklin will be the race leader. He's coming in. No, I don't know where he's going. Is Sean Conklin coming to pit road? Yes, he is. Or maybe he's not. Went ahead and gassed it all the way up. Jacob Brown, Vincent Gucci, William Schmidt, Lane Sanders. And now we play the waiting game. So Movic goes for a spin. And we'll drop towards what's left of the guys on the lead lap. Josh Lilly will be on the lead lap. Max Steinmeier will be back in the lead lap. Frank DeAngelis will not. He's on pit road. We'll get ready for another restart. So this is what's left of our field as we get the one to go again. Sean Conklin has led the most laps in this race, 117 of the 183 that have currently been completed. And now the question is, what is next for the ones that still have a shot at racing in the end? Corey Lyles, he was involved. River Page, he was involved. Toyota Chevy, Chevy. One to go back out, so we'll try it once more. Conklin on the outside, Brown on the bottom. Schmidt on the outside, Gucci on the bottom, and Jacob Brown will be working his way to pit road. So Gucci will be on the front row with Conklin on the outside. "66 laps to go from Thunder Valley." Conklin in the fence. Schmidt to the outside of Gucci. Mosteller and Sanders toe-to-toe, Movic through the middle. Oh, we just got into the one. Lane looking for a good finish. Two-tenths the difference. Schmidt closing the gap. The closer in our night in America is on the scene. What an upset it would be. He has to let a single lap tonight. The Red Bull Chevy. Oh, sideways. Vincent Gucci. Now peeking to the inside.
Sean Conklin's got about a car length, make it 2 car lengths. The driver sitting behind him.
Mavic stuck in traffic with Lane Sanders. Jumps to the outside of the one, to the inside.
He's just searching, navigating, looking for a move if there is a move.
Vincent Gucci, William Schmidt, all tied in. Osteller on the inside, look for the peak. Lane Sanders, Braden Mavic. Man, Lane just put him in the wall. I think Lane knows Mavic doesn't have an extra set.
He's racing a barn.
Bump back to the bottom. Throws him up the track. Mavic into 5th. Lane back to 6th. .55 laps to go from Bristol. For page 24. The outside of the Mavic 42. Sean Conklin has company in his mirror, but it's a half a second advantage for the 88.
Now Gucci's giving the shot there to Schmidt.
Osteller a look to the bottom. Laps fading away. Schmidt shuts the door. Gucci swinging top. Another shot to the back end of Schmidt. 52 to go. Battle is on for second. Gucci 81, Osteller 87. Schmidt 79. Osteller slingshot. Schmidt in the wall. Vincent Gucci sneaks through. New driver in the capper position.
They fought so hard just to get the second spot.
They've allowed Sean Compton to pull away well over to a second lead.
49 to go.
Schmidt P4. Gucci P3. Mose closing the gap. As Conklin had to work his way around lap traffic. Matter of fact, I don't think the lap traffic is working with him. Here's Jacob Brown on the bottom.
And this side-by-side racing has really slowed down the 88. He's finally going to get through now.
But if Demos wants to get a win here, he's going to have to open it up and quickly. .44 to go. Conklin still over a second lead. Look at the lap for lap. Osteller's been able to close it in. Now, these are the last two drivers that went at it during the 2.4 hours of Spa before a caution completely changed things up. But with time ticking away, Osteller is going to have to make up a little more of a gap. Or hope for Conklin to make a mistake. 1:27, lap 2. 07, a 131 for lap 208. There's Vincent Gucci. What a run he's had. Mavic will catch William Schmidt. There's Lane Sanders now going a lap down to that of the number 87. Mavic to the outside of Schmidt. And he's moving, but that one incident didn't happen. This race could look completely different. 40 to go. There's Vincent Gucci. There's Braden Mavic. Company behind, not a worry. All things in front of him, that is the worry. Gucci 81. Ooh, outside, you have River Page stalking behind him. Mosteller. Second and a half, he's not closing at all. Sean Conklin, a great lead. He's got 36 laps to go to see victory lane. Trouble. Page goes for a slide, costs him a wave. And just what I spoke too soon. Oh boy. This will change up a lot. Let's watch back. Lane Sanders. There's the first set of contact. Wayne just got right into him. Turns at 24 with Schmidt and oncoming traffic. We're going to have a shootout for Bristol. Mavic is in, final set. Wow, had one hidden. This is how they stand. Mavic third, Mosteller second, Conklin your race leader. You wait for everyone else to get back around. You wait for everyone else to make those necessary adjustments. This is the closing laps of the Battle of Bristol. Now we'll soon see the one to go. You wait for some of these guys to get their laps back. The way the pitting works here, it takes a long time to get those cars jacked up. More tires put on them, and actually you can go a lap or even multiple laps down. 300 votes on who do you expect to win. 36% say veteran, 18% say an underdog, 12% a rookie, and 34% say a short track merchant. Now this is the time where you got to be smart, because you know Sean Conklin is quick. But if you're Demos, how do you play this? Because you got a buddy behind you that's willing to go in a matter of moments. The one to go, ladies and gentlemen. Lining up for what could be the final restart of the race. A 30-lap shootout from East Tennessee. They call it the last great Coliseum. Some are just trying to see if Thunder Valley can live up to the hype with the super late models. Conklin is dominated. Mosteller is looking to close. Final laps from Bristol, Tennessee. He got away pretty easily. Mose on the outside. Draws even with the 42. Runoff exit. Mosteller to second. And now the hunt starts. Conklin in the wall. Just caught it with the rear. Three-tenths back and closing. He's in the draft, and he could use it to his advantage with these super late models, with how much the force is to these cars. .26 to go. Top three separated half a second. Mosteller closing the gap, but needs maybe just one more mistake out of the 88. This track is rubbered up so much, it turned right into what you want to see. Thurston on the bottom, Schmidt on the outside. Multiple lanes being used. 24 to go. Thurston working on Schmidt. Swings to the outside. Huge lunge on entry. Either Conklin's just that good, and he's been that good all race long, or they're saving. You can see the 42 really dropping back with fresh tires. .22 left in this race. Schmidt shuts the door on Thurston. Thurston swinging back to the outside. Mosteller ahead of Movic. But these laps are fading away, 20 to go. It's crunch time. There's Mose. There's Braden Movic. Trying to piece together a good finish. Late lunge in. Mosteller to third. Movic to second. 18 to go. Can he close in nearly a 1 second deficit with 17 laps remaining? Thurston to the outside of Mosteller. Movic is there. He's closing ever so slightly. No. He may actually be losing now to Sean Conklin. Conklin to the wall. Movic able to close. Lap for lap, it's still just about a second. Still running, 14-second lap times. .14 to go. The big worry now has to be that Thurston got around Mosteller and is quickly trying to close the gap. One car sideways, Mosteller, Movic and James Thurston just got collected. The big one on the front straightaway with 12 to go. Oh my goodness, Frank DeAngelis. You cannot be serious. Wow. I just cannot believe it. Let's watch the replay. We're looking for it. Frank DeAngelis and Lane Sanders. I don't know what Lane's idea was there, and Lane's trying to make an e-ticket event. You got a couple laps to go. Let these guys race it out. And he just did that. Sean Conklin is your race leader with the laps winding down. I don't know what Lane was thinking. Now that could easily take out of the shootout. Forget the actual event. Now the laps are winding down. The race is almost over. The best guys are up there running for the win. And Lane Sanders just changed everything. Unreal. Unbelievable. Wow. Well, this is going to change things up for the NWB. He's going to shuffle what the field was supposed to be. I cannot believe he sat in the middle of the track. There's not enough time to throw the caution with that. Now we're watching the leaders. But this is how the finish will be in Bristol. Bristow won the Open to make this event. He is now lined up with Sean Conklin with 5 laps to go. Back underway from Thunder Valley. Lane Sanders, outside wall there with William Schmidt. 4 to go. Sean Conklin, massive advantage. Led the most laps in this race, was hunted down by Basin, Movic, and multiple drivers. Now sits in position with 2 to go. to win his first community event. Was on track to win the 2.4 hours of Spa. Caution changed everything. He was involved in the incident. And we'll see the white flag now. America, 1 to go for Bristol. Over 120 laps led, but he's going to lead the one that matters the most. The Battle of Bristol in 2024 goes to Sean Conklin. He wins it in Thunder Valley. Gucci second, Bristow third. And that's how this event went. Wow. Well, we knew there was going to be drama. That wasn't a shot. But nonetheless, a very, very deserving winner. Sean Conklin wins. And our night in America, fueling victories all year long. And he'll burn it down. Let's go talk to your race winner. After a wild, wild race, things got nuts, but it showed Sean Conklin as your race winner. Really the most deserving driver went to victory lane. He held on, he stayed out in front. Wow. Conklin, it's a John, you got a copy?
I do.
Well, drama at every corner. You led the most laps, but it wasn't easy. You had to go out there and fight a lot of drivers to get to that spot. Talk to me about this entire race and congratulations.
Thank you. This was a wild race. It was actually really fun. I don't know. It was just, there's not really a word to describe this race, really, or a sentence. It was a lot of different things. Ultimately, it was fun though, and I'm glad we can win it, especially after the ending at Spa and how that went. That was I'm very unfortunate, but at least we can win here.
Well, let's talk about it. You saw what happened with Frank DeAngelis. What did you see?
I saw a car stopped and my life flashed before my eyes, pretty much.
Wow.
I thought if I got through, everyone else would get through, but I looked in my mirror and then half the field's gone. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. Took out like 4 of the top 5 like good cars and that. So I was like, oh man, we might be able to win this race now.
Well, you had it. How was it with the passing? Some drivers said it was tough, but others said you just had to wait for the mistakes, and some were just able to make that outside lane work like you did.
Yeah, the passing was interesting. The bottom would work, but only for like 10 laps. So then you kind of had to look around and try to go to the top, and we definitely had some good battles. And at the beginning of the race, got into base in there. I was about 22% worse wear on my right front. So when Basin got by me and I went underneath him, I just plowed straight and got into him. So do want to apologize for that. Me and Basin had a good battle, and so did me and Muvik. Me and Muvik had a really good battle. So definitely good battles all around the racetrack, and I'm sure there was even better battles behind as well.
It was. Super
yeah.
late model racing is a lot of fun here on iRacing.
The passes were definitely not easy, I'll tell you that. But they were fun nonetheless.
Do you want to say anything to these viewers back at home?
Thank you for watching, and I don't know, not much else.
Well, that was Sean Conklin. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Well, race fans, that will do it for tonight. We did not hit the 200 likes threshold. We actually lowered it from 300 to 200 to see if we could hit it, and unfortunately we did not. So that will end tonight's stream. The next stream will be this coming up Tuesday. It will not be this Friday. I'll be at Owasso for the Masters of the Pros. There'll be $15,000 to win a race. We'll be live on Racing America. I will be up in the booth for that, and it's going to be awesome, exciting. Heading up to Michigan very soon for that. YouTube Shorts coming out. Hopefully some videos coming out as well. A lot of cool things going on, including on social media. Doing a lot of cool things with racetracks. So keep all that stuff in mind. Hopefully some great announcements will be made very, very shortly. We're going to take care of what just happened on track at Bristol because we have an event coming up, and I think that's going to dictate exactly what happened and why it happened and start questioning some things on where and how everything stands. Unfortunately, that situation will affect some things going forward because a lot of guys want to make this event, but we did not see the execution from some of the guys that were supposed to either be the shootout or the duel. So get ready because the NWP 400 is coming out and the shootout is coming up August 12th at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, with the duels August 15th and the main event August 20th. Your super speedway racing is coming soon, and I'm so glad to have you all with us. Another fun community event. This is more of a passion project event for the ones that have been wondering. I love this style of racing. I love super late model, pro late model racing. I call it in person, and I can't wait to call more like that on the sim or reality. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Ramos, the voice of NR, saying so long on this Tuesday.